Excuse me. Chapter 8. Sammy always said it was Charles' idea. Charles always said it was Sammy's. But they both agreed when they talked about it later on that it was a pretty bad idea. But everything would work out okay in the end. The idea was this: Patches was so lonely, and maybe what he really needed was a doggy friend. And who was a better friend than Buddy? He got along with all dogs. And it was safe to let Buddy and Patches play together because Charles knew Buddy had been to the vet recently and all his shots were up to date. That would protect him and Patches from passing around any bad germs. It was important to be careful about things like that with puppies. Charles learned that from Lizzie. "Hey, Buddy," Charles said the next afternoon. "What do you say? You want to go for a nice long walk?" Buddy had been taking a nap under the kitchen while Charles and Sammy ate cheese and crackers. Charles knew the puppy loved a nap because he loved to get scraps of food that fell to the floor, sometimes accidentally, like a piece of hot dog Charles had for supper last night. Some fell on purpose, like a few of Charles' string beans. But Buddy didn't care how the food got up there. He gobbled up everything that came his way. Now when he heard the word walk, Buddy jumped to his foot and scrambled under the table, knocking his head from the bottom of the chair. Ouch, that hurt. But who cares? We're going for a walk. A walk. Oh boy. Mom came in the kitchen to see Buddy and he's spinning around and barking. Charles tried to snap his leash onto his collar. She shook her head, but she was smiling. "You would think this puppy had never been outside before?" She chuckled and patted Buddy on the head. "Have a nice walk, guys." Charles was glad she didn't ask him where they were going. She had actually not told him to not visit Patches, but maybe it was better just to give her the chance. For a second, Charles got a funny feeling in his stomach. Does that mean maybe it wasn't such a good idea to take Buddy over there? But Buddy tugged on the leash and was ready to go, so they headed off the Ferndale Drive. It took much longer to walk there than it took to bike there, especially when Buddy was in the kind of mood where he had to sniff every blade of grass he passed. "Oh, gee, who's been here? That smells like Kirby, that big brown dog from the street. Oh, maybe it's Lucy, that little spotted dog. Oh, it might be a squirrel. Yes, a squirrel. Ooh, was it a cat? I better smell again. Buddy, come on." Charles didn't mean to be impatient, and he hated to tug on Buddy's leash. He knew that Buddy really enjoyed sniffing things. But they were on a mission. Operation Make-A-Friend, so Charles tugged. The house was quiet. "I guess Noelle's working on one of her other houses today," he said. And they headed towards the back of the house. Patches must have heard his voice because he started howling right away. "Woo! It's you! Hooray! Woo! Come and play!" Buddy's ears went up. "Who's that? He sounds kind of sad." Buddy pulled on his leash so hard that Charles had to trot to keep up with him. Buddy was a small dog, but he sure was strong. He dragged Charles right across the neighbor's driveway before Charles could even check to see if anybody was there. Luckily, it seemed like everybody was away. Buddy ran over to Patches. The dogs sniffed each other's noses, both their tails laying. Hey, quit that crying. I'll be your friend. You want to play?" Buddy stuck up his front paws and stretched his butt in the air. His eyes seemed to sparkle with mischief as he invited Patches to play. "Woo! Patches howled one time. He then seemed... that Buddy was okay. He quit howling and gave a whole shake. His long, floppy ears went playing. Then he did a play bow back at Buddy. A second later, the two puppies started to tear the garage. And 2 seconds later, Patch's rope got tangled with Buddy's leash. Charles and Stanley were laughing. The puppies were having so much fun together. It was great to see Patches happy. He jumped up, put his paws on Buddy's neck and pretended to bite him. He then dashed away with Buddy and he chased him. Then Buddy put on his paws and pretended to bite Patches. The two of them rolled and tumbled, wrestling. The garage was full of puppy yips and growls. Go get him, Patches, Sammy yelled. That's it, Buddy. Teach him a lesson. Charles said. They knew the puppies were just playing, but it was amazing how dogs could wrestle and snap at each other without anybody getting hurt. Their fighting was all playing. Buddy jumped when he heard his name. He cocked his head at Charles, and Patches rolled over on his back and stared at Sammy upside down. Then both puppies jumped at each other, and the wrestling match started all over again. Hey, what's going on here? Charles whirled around. His knees went weak. His stomach flip-flopped in fear. It was the big mean man, the dad, Patches' owner.